What do some of the companies whose candidates rate them the highest do? Well, one of the things that is most critical is they really start thinking about and delving into what that candidate's journey really looks like at each stage. From when they're first starting to become aware, sort of the sourcing side of things, when you're first beginning to engage candidates, all the way through to that pre-boarding or onboarding activities that gets involved after somebody has said yes, but before they perhaps have started on that first day. All of those things become part and parcel of what talent acquisition and what you as recruiters really are required to take a look at, fully engage your candidates around, and make sure that in the end, the impact of how they rate you is not felt on your company and your company's performance as well as your own. In addition to looking at that journey, one of the things that we've been really engaging a lot of companies around is to look at each stage from the candidate's point of view, right? So what is a visitor to your website? From an employer's point of view, that's a visitor. But from the candidate's point of view, it's a point of potentially of awareness of that first glimmer of who you are and what you're doing. And as you go through each stage of that funnel, there are various things that are happening from the candidate's point of view. So they're passing various barriers from awareness to becoming interested, to becoming engaged, to becoming capable, competitive, and finally, they're related to you. They are actually connected to you in having made that decision to come with you. And what we're trying to do with a number of companies, and we certainly recommend that you think about this as you look at this candidate journey, is if you can begin to take a look at each stage and at each part of that stage and look at what is it that you do? How do you touch the candidate at each one of those points? So are you creating a script that engages them in terms of that first call? Are you talking to them in a chat room? Are you helping to curate content and new content that goes onto your website? Are you pushing and stepping up within your own leadership to talk about the kinds of things you're hearing from candidates that allow for your leaders to be able to create new content and become much more think about transferable, but not transferable. You want to be transparent in terms of what you do. So the power that you have to step up in not only in how you deal with the candidates, but also how you're dealing with your own peers and within your own organization with talent acquisition leaders to improve the process has an enormous amount of power in terms of how the candidate experiences your company. The talent board is now operating really around the world, so we're also finding some nuances that differentiate Europe and Asia from the United States. We think we're going to learn a lot more over the next couple of years, but already we've decided that the data is showing some very significant changes and differences between different regions, different countries, etc.